Good morning, everyone. My name's Emma Gorbutt. I am part of the Mother Nature Project. We're part of the UK team. There's also an Italian, Hungarian, and Slovenian team, and other people working within the project across Europe and internationally. And today I'm going to be sharing a little bit about what we do as a project and things we have on offer. And also, we're going to be having an opportunity to explore what it would be like to be a Mother Nature Circle facilitator, what it's like to be in a circle, and also what it's like to hold space and feel into whether that's something we would like to do or you would like to do, and to do that. And also have opportunity to experience the Mother Nature cards. And find a little bit more about it. What I would love to do to begin our call today, if you'd like to introduce yourself in the chat, to say where you're calling, your name, where you're calling in from, and something you're grateful for. I think gratitude, whenever you begin a circle or a call or anything like that, helps us set a really good frame of mind and a good way to be together. So if you want to pop that in the chat, and then I'll quickly read them out. So yeah, pop that in there. We will also, during the call today, I will also share a bit about our book, Mothers as Natural Leaders, and our other courses, and there'll be opportunities for you to ask questions about joining the live Leading Mother Nature Circles course, and also questions about our other courses or using the cards, or yeah, what you're feeling in from. So I have Alexandra calling in from South Germany, grateful for the sun and her daughter playing after crying. Oh, that is a wonderful moment. It's like when the sun comes out after the rain has fallen. I'm calling in from Herefordshire in the UK, and today I am really grateful for going and watering my polytunnel earlier on. So I had a bit of time out in the garden and the sun came out and it felt warm and like summer again, because in the UK it's very cool now. And we have Eleonora calling in from Switzerland. She's grateful to have found you. Well done. It's good. I love it when people find us here. And I will share more as we go along. Hopefully everyone can see and hear me. That's good. If you can't, during the call, if you have a question, you can either put it in the chat or you can raise your hand using the reactions to say hi. Sometimes these days, when you put your hands up, it does that as well. It asks you to do that, and then I'll come to you and come back to your question. Um, and we've got Angela calling in from Herefordshire. Hi, another Herefordshire lady. Grateful for community and friends. And we have Lisa Marie is calling in from London and grateful to be here. Melissa says, I'm journeying from, oh, I don't think I can pronounce that. Would you like to unmute and do it so I do it justice? Melissa, if
Sorry, Emma. Drogheda. It's north of Dublin.
wonderful, wonderful. And you're grateful for having the energy to blitz your bathroom this morning and having free time to join it. I love it when the cleaning moment hits and we can carry on. And also we have Fern calling in from London, UK, and grateful for a morning of quiet in an empty house. That's kind of every woman, every mother's dream, every human's dream, to have that quiet start to the day. It's lovely. So to help us come together this morning, I would love to do a little grounding and then I'll share some agreements for our call. Everything is optional. Feel free to take part if you want to. If you don't, that's fine. So to help us land, we're going to close our eyes or hold a soft gaze. We're going to feel our feet on the ground, wiggle our toes down into the carpet or the floor or the bed where we're sat. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths that are comfortable and then breathe out in your own time, but I'll give you the opportunity to do it. So we're going to breathe in and out, and in and out, and in and out. We're going to keep breathing. Maybe place your hand on your chest and one on your belly and just feel that expansion and rising of your chest and the expansion of your belly. And just feel how The air that's entering your lungs is traveling around your body. And that air, as it travels, is now reaching your toes. And imagine roots traveling down from your feet with this air into the ground. And then so stretch down through the earth, past the creatures and beings underneath, past the rock, and down to the water. Now your roots will draw up the water, up through your feet, up through that flowing, free water energy, coming up into your body, peaceful and calm, flowing and mixing with the air from your lungs, joining your blood as it travels around your body to all parts. Slowly, you're going to bring your awareness up through your feet, into your legs, your bottom where you're sitting. Feel yourself just resting there on your chair. And then continue with your awareness up through your spine. If there's any tension, let it relax down. Let the air flow down into the ground and the cool, still water flow back. And then feel that rising up through your spine, up into your shoulders. Any tension there, relax them. Maybe give them a little stir. There, as you're resting, feeling your breath with your shoulders. Feel how not just the front of your chest rises and falls, but your back and your shoulders and your spine do as you breathe. And then feeling that energy and stillness and calm rising up through your neck, up through your head and into your crown. And imagine a string coming from the top of your head up into the air, into the sky above, up into the clouds, and feel there the air and the water connection that's connected down through your body into the ground where the air and the water are mixing. And you're suspended in this midpoint, nourished by the air around you, nourished by the water, nourished by the ground, and nourished by being here in community with a wonderful group of humans, resting and breathing, peaceful and still. Gradually, we're going to bring our awareness back to here, to Zoom, to our surroundings, just looking, taking your gaze soft, looking around in your space, looking to see if you can see any natural things there, any plants, things out the window, picture, a piece of cloth. And just keep that connection that we have to that more than human and natural world that we'll bring here into this digital Zoom world and keep that connection to the earth around us. Thank you. I always really enjoy doing those groundings. They help slow my own nervous system down, ready to be holding space for you. If you choose to become a Mother Nature facilitator, it's also a great way to begin a circle to hold space for other people. Welcome to those of you who've just joined while we've been beginning our seminar today. If you want to introduce yourself in the chat where you're calling in from and something you're grateful for today, So I have, as I was saying before to those who arrived earlier, I'm part of the Mother Nature Project, and I've been part of it since 2021. We've had two groups of funding, and we've used those to create Mother Nature cards, our journey and leadership deck that I'll show you in a minute, our online course. We've also written our Mothers as Natural Leaders book. Yes. And we've got the cards, and also we have a Mother Nature journey book and a guidebook to our leadership books. There's lots of things that I'll be sharing with you. And as part of our teaching of the circles and part of the methodology for a Mother Nature Circle, we have 4 intentions and 1 agreement for whenever we gather together, be it online or in person, that I'm going to share with you now. Oh, I just need to find you, Anna, to mute you. I'm going to pop them in the chat, and the intentions we have when we sit in circle and when we're sharing and we're being part of a course or a call is to speak from the heart. We speak what is true for us, what is our real story, without judgment, without expectation. And we also listen from the heart. We practice deep listening. And it can be hard when there's distractions or as children or other things, but as much as we can, we try and give our bodies to listen and our mind to listen and try and be present and be a part of it. We speak to the essence, so that's sharing the pearl, not the grit that created the story. Whenever we share something, we try and share what we need to share to be true to our story, but we don't need to share everything we've ever done to bring that together. And also the final intention is to be spontaneous. There's always a moment when we gather in circle and we meet new people. We're like, oh, I need to say something really intelligent or really cool or really deep or meaningful. It's fine. We just need to share what is there for and alive for us and what comes up at that moment. Also, we have one agreement between us, which is confidentiality. Although I'm recording today, if somebody shared something in the call they didn't want anyone to do, I can edit that out, do those things. And we'll be taking a moment in a bit in the call to go out and experience the Mother Nature cards and how it is to be in an online circle using the gorgeous cards we've got here. And that anything that's said in those spaces is for that space. That confidentiality is so important to create these safe containers for women, for humans to come together, for mothers to come together, to be able to share their stories and what's real for them. So I'm going to thank you everyone for being part of that. And it's really when we're leading our circles and we go through the methodology, keeping confidentiality and explaining it to people and holding that, creating that safe container for sharing is really important. So I'll share a little bit more about where the Mother Nature Circles came from and where the Mother Nature Project idea came from. A woman called Aggie Barres from Hungary. When she had her children, realised that all of the stories, all of the sharing, all of the focus is on the baby and not the journey that the mother takes. And this transformative journey for mothers, everything changes when you bring a child into the world, when you change your life, be that through birth or adoption, being an auntie, or when you start to care for something other than yourself and mother something. It changes. It's a big journey, and that she wanted to find a way that women could support themselves, that they have a space where they can share about the challenges, the joys, the successes, the future ambitions, and to bring that together. So it's really important. And she took her and another one called a lady called Esther Laszlo, and along with other women from Slovenia and Italy and Germany, held workshops with about 150 different women from different countries to talk about the experience of becoming a mother. And we created these Mother Nature cards. Some of you may already have seen them, and they have these amazing pictures that Esther created while she was thinking about them, and different messages on the back. So this one is: ground yourself, find quick paths to personal peace, connect with earth, air, water and fire, mother with peace and presence. Another one that I love is: it's good to do nothing, just be, experience the present moment, rest and relax, treasure stillness and silence. And we use these in circles as talking pieces. So by having them spread about, maybe having a question, we'll have one later in this, people are able to connect with from their heart and their head, and the message is here to really drill down what's alive for me, or what do I want to bring in, or any other question. And it's time and again we talk about how this is like a thread of deep connection straight to the real heart of the matter, and it gives away when we've got thousands of thoughts and feelings and views we could bring in. The cards really help us to bring that together. And this first project also created this guidebook to the cards, and in it has each card has some explanation and also reflective questions. So for this card here, open to emergence, one of the questions is, what has been unexpected on your journey? You're reflecting on your mothering or life journey. What didn't I expect to happen? Where were those opportunities to bring in change into my life or disruption, and how did I recover from those challenges? And all our experiences inform the future. It's really, really beautiful to do that. And the cards really are distilled wisdom from such a wide group of women. And in 2020, when they finished the first project, pandemic hit, and all the ambition to have circles happened, and people felt very closed in, and it was a difficult journey to come back. So in 2021, we got more funding from Erasmus Plus. Thanks, Erasmus Plus, if you're watching. And deeply grateful to have that to create our second set of card, which is our Mother Nature leadership deck. Which is about stepping into our leadership and beyond. How when we've done the first part of our mothering journey, what comes next? Where is our expectation? And we've got some more of the cards. Some of them are probably upside down. Again, created by Esther, and this time focusing on what we want to bring in to our leadership, and also looking at nature connection to support us. Both sets of cards bring in nature connection practices, because when we're doing those mothering, whatever we're mothering, we really need places to support us and hold us and ground us and give us a place to draw nourishment and energy from. So there's one beautiful one here that I love, with a little human with a snake in a flower, which is, your child is your nature mentor. Let your child lead the way. Be curious, slow down, open your heart, yourself to awe and wonder. And so it's a great lesson that, we rush through life, whether it's with our children or in general, and being able to just slow down and have that child curiosity to be part of it. Another one that brings in nature, and it's one of my favourite cards. You are nature. Engage all your senses. All of nature mirrors you. Connect with the fundamental cycle of living and dying. Open your heart to interconnectedness. So it's weaving together these strands of experience of the mothering journey, and in the second deck, the experience of stepping into our leadership and what comes next, and also the using nature to support us. And so in this second project, we created a much fuller Mother Nature Circle methodology. We took 3 pages in this book saying how to lead a circle, and created an online course where Lara and Sarah from the Italian and Slovenian team have created a series of videos and instructional steps that you can work through to learn how to lead a circle, to see how it is to hold space, to practice your own organisation, to think how it is what you want to bring into that. What's your spice, as they call it? What's your spice to be leading a circle? What's your own part? And then alongside those recorded ones, which are part of this course, is live calls that we developed in that, and we've done lots. And for this course I'm going to be running in October, more live calls where I give you the opportunity to lead your own circles, to explore being in circle, expansion of being in this free seminar today, and also to look at the challenges of how do you bring children in, what to do if it doesn't work, how to feel confident that whatever a circle brings up, you'll be able to hold space for people, and looking at exercises of deep listening and other ways to bring add-ons into your circles. Some of you, I know, will have led circles, and other people, this would be your first stepping into it. So it's all about empowering us to feel like, yeah, I can lead, I can be part of I can bring a circle to life, I can invite some friends and hold that space for them. And it's amazing how every single person who's been through the course has learned something new, and like a flower bloomed into this facilitator and brought change through the rest of their life, as well as being able to hold circles. So that's me talking about the circles. The other things that we have within our course, I was mentioning before, we in this second project we had the Mothers as Natural Leaders book, which if you sign up to our newsletter, if you haven't already, I'll post the link in it, you get a free downloadable copy. And in this we explore leadership of ourselves, our family, community and online, and we explore it from the position of regenerative feminine leadership. Like, how do we lead in a gentle way? How do we lead in an inclusive way? How do we bring and use nature and interconnectedness? How do we bring in those challenges, and also not shying away from, our planet and society is not in a good way in many places, and how do we use those skills we gain from mothering children or projects or ourselves to bring out into the world a better way of being and working together. And I think it's so important to feel empowered. And one of the things that really inspires me is you hear women saying, I'm just a mum. I'm like, how? You're just a mum? You're an amazing accountant and childcare play facilitator. You can create cooks. You're a planner. You're an educator. You're a song leader. You're a gardener. You're a human wrangler. You're a definite negotiator and peacemaker, and hundreds of other skills that should make us fit for any challenge. But it's feeling empowered that we can be in those spaces. And one of the ways of having our online course of Leading Circles is to explore in a very gentle way being in that leadership space and bringing in those leadership skills so that we can go out into the world. And we have an in-person course that we run with on Mothers as Natural Leaders that Libby McNamara and I run. And we're hoping to bring an online version over the winter to finally make that happen, to bring that so that people around the world who can't come to the UK can be part of that. Let me check. So yeah, we also, to go with the Mother Nature, of course, we also have a Mother Nature podcast where we have, I think 30 episodes of different stories about mothering journeys, of leadership journeys, nature connection, being with our shadows, inspiring people, just a whole rainbow. There's even one on the skill of napping from Libby, how to have a really good quality nap. So if you haven't checked out our podcast, do visit our website, where you'll be able to find out more about all of those parts. So I'm just going to check where we're doing. So I would love at this point for us to not have to listen to me, but I'm going to give us an opportunity to go out into the breakout rooms to experience the cards. So I've picked 3, and we're going to have an opportunity after we come back from being out in the breakout rooms to ask questions and reflections on the cards. And I just saw a message there from you, Zelina. Look forward to the online program for someone like you from Malaysia. Yeah, I think it's so important to be these Zoom spaces are such an opportunity for connection and for sharing information and bringing that in. And I've just been on a course, and I've met some people that I've only ever seen in the Zoom sphere and then been together with, and you feel like real human connection that we create these strands through. And I think all of Mother Nature is about connecting to nature and connecting to people and really weaving that together. So super, super important. Going back to remembering where I was. Yeah, so we'll be using the cards in circle. I'm going to put you into the breakout rooms. We'll be reflecting on you've all been drawn here for a reason, to find out about the Mother Nature cards or to find out about the Mother Nature project. And I'm feeling that some of you I know are already wanting to come on the course, and others of you are thinking, could I step up and lead that? So using the cards as a reflective tool, I'm going to give you some questions, make sure I get them. So the questions we'll be taking out to share with the people in the breakout rooms is, why are the Mother Nature cards being in circle calling you? Where's that longing coming from? And if you're calling to be holding the space, what is calling you to hold space? What was that moment that, like, oh, I'm going to sign up for this because I really want to do this or be part of it or learn about the cards? And also reflecting on, could you step up and hold space and circle for others? We're feeling into that and having a think. And I've picked 3 cards today. for us to share. There's lots of fancy ways you can share them, but I'm going for the old school, hold the card up and read the back. Listen to the call. This is from the Mother Nature Journey deck. Becoming a mother is your rite of passage. Be brave and your helpers will appear. Motherhood is your pathway to grow. So this is one of the cards. If you have the deck, you can pick them. I will put the messages in the back. And just while you're looking at these, holding those questions, like what was calling you and could you hold space? To see which one comes up for you. The next card I have is Nourish Community. Set up a mother's circle. Recognize your allies. Cultivate empathy and build a support network. I love that one of everybody together. And I will put the messages in the back and hold them up whilst I make the breakout room, so you'll be able to have a moment to reflect on them a bit more. And you are a leader. Acknowledge your profound influence. Act with purpose. Accept your leadership role. I'll hold these up while I talk. One second, I've got to go that way. But we don't want to see all the backs as well, so picking the one you're thinking. So when we use the circle, we have the cards to hold a Mother Nature circle. In person, we spread them out on the ground. I think it's like 35 of them, 40 of them that are spread out on the ground. And we ask people to pick intuitively by the picture. So taking a look at the detail and seeing which image is calling to me. Is it the woman holding the tree? Is it the people sitting in circle? Is it me walking with purpose with a child? And really feeling into those parts to do that, to know which card you can then use as your talking point with those questions. So I'm going to put those down now. So when we go out in circle, we'll hold those questions, and remembering at the beginning, I was sharing our intentions to be in those spaces out in the Zoom, to speak from the heart, to listen from the heart and deep listening, to speak to the essence. So and especially when you're in the breakout rooms, making sure that everyone has a chance to speak. So sharing a timekeeper and being spontaneous. You don't have to rehearse and worry about being cool. Just say what's alive. And obviously confidentiality. I will be offering a chance for reflections back in this space after being in the breakout rooms, but only please share your story. What was alive for you if you want to share a reflection, how it connected with you, not saying what somebody else saying. So me saying, oh, Lisa Marie said this, Lisa Marie said that. It's like, I was touched by a story I heard and I'm connected with my own journey about traveling to work or something like that. Hello, Priscilla. Welcome and grateful to have you. Priscilla is one of our seasoned Mother Nature facilitators from Kenya. So I will ask her later to share. Oh, I've got another lady coming in to share about her experience of the online course and being a Mother Nature Circle facilitator. So lovely to see you, Priscilla.
Thank you.
So while I make the breakout room, does anyone have any questions about what you'll be doing in the circle? And I'll put the images in there. So when you go out into the Zoom room, you'll be in groups of 3 or 4, and you'll be sharing about why the cards and being in circle is calling you, what's calling you to hold space, and could you do that? So if anyone has any questions, please say, and I can answer them while I'm making the breakout rooms. I feel confident I can multitask. Anyone have any questions about what you'll be doing? It's good. And also when you come in, also make sure you introduce yourselves, and it's nice to land and be welcome. And I will just grab. So before I pop you in, if you need to go and grab something, grab a drink of water or move a child out of the way, or I don't know, whatever you need, we will start in a moment. I'll just pause the recording to give you a couple of minutes just before we start. So if everybody is back, hopefully you're all here in your breakout rooms. I hope you enjoyed having that moment to connect with each other, to use the cards, and also to experience being in circle. Alexandra, nice to see you. I'm sorry you have to go. We will be sharing a recording, so you'll catch up on the reflections. And if you want to pop something in the chat of your reflections before you go, maybe she's gone already. Yeah. So Lovely to have had it. And I would love to hear what your reflections were about being there, what came up for you, what was alive. What's a great way to do that is just to take a moment to pop into the chat what you thought, and then I will call on those of you who'd like to share. So in the chat, yeah, what was alive for you when you were out in the breakout rooms thinking about being called to circles and things? So we'll have a minute or so just to pop that in the chat. And if anyone wants to speak to that after we've done that, we'll be able to share that with our own voices in the group. Okay, we'll just give you a moment. And also just to say, I've been joined by Hattie Duke, who's also part of the UK Mother Nature team, and I'll be introducing her in a minute and sharing about some things we're doing in person here in the UK. Lovely. Thank you, Lisa Marie. For me, it is right to thrive. So that it was wonderful to meet other mothers in leadership. Melissa, I think it's sent you some of it before you finished. Lisa, it was also wonderful to meet other mamas. Thank you. Eleanor, I love to see how everyone has a different reason to be here, but the Mother Nature Circle connects us. It is so powerful how the cards and sitting in circle, that group of being together, sharing our thoughts, what's alive for us, is so powerful in connection, and how our society doesn't give us much opportunity for that. And so that when we have that, it really is a powerful experience to be able to share that together. And Selena, great to know and listen to other leaders who are making the change. Mother Nature Circle is a powerful network. Mm. And I really love our international group that can join together online to be able to share together and to connect together across cultures, across languages, across borders, which is what so much our society needs. And Melissa, what I recognise from Breakout Chat is that we may have gathered before in groups to do an activity that we can come away with our hearts full, feeling of connection, getting advice or different perspective is required. Yeah, it really gives us. And one of the power of being in circle with others is when we hear other people sharing, it's still connecting us with our own journeys. We're still hearing our own experience reflected, maybe in a different way, maybe in exactly the same way. And you're like, oh, that's exactly the same as me, exactly how I felt. And Angela, I feel oh, well done, you're all coming through. Angela, I feel we shared recognizing a need of community and connection with others. Fern, it was interesting to see the connections that exist and the threads that are interwoven. I really feel as well, and I know Hattie would agree with me, that the threads that bring us to those places, we're never quite always sure why they've come, but when we arrive in the right place, those connections pop up, those threads are interwoven together. Um, in a moment, I would love to hear your reflections on being in circle. Also, because Hattie's had a moment to hop online with me, and I know she's got other things to do today. We were just going to share a little bit about what we're doing here in Herefordshire. So while you carry on doing that, Hattie and I'll quickly share, and then we'll come to your reflections. So Hattie, would you like to introduce yourself? I'm going to put this up together.
Thanks, Emma. Lovely to see you all here. It's always inspiring to see women gathered together, and to see that this work is becoming more known around the world, and how important it is for women to gather in this way and support each other. So that's really lovely. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Angela. Hi, Priscilla. Some faces here that I know. Lovely to see you all. So just Emma and I we've started running seasonal retreats in our woodland that I'm co-guardian of here in Herefordshire. So our next one is on the 8th of November. For those of you who are local, or even not quite so local, it's a whole day. So it's kind of worth, if you're, a couple of hours away, might be worth traveling to. There's some lovely places to stay around here. We could advise you on that. And it's like an extended Mother Nature Circle, really. Time to sit in circle together in a beautiful woodland. We've also got a gorgeous hand-built roundhouse there, which is a lovely kind of womb-like space, which we use. It's kind of different quality from being out in the woods. Really lovely. And yeah, it's a space that I use monthly for my regular circles. So it also has that energy of just women gathering together. So yeah, you'll be very welcome to join us. We'd love to see you, and please help us spread the word if you know anyone who might benefit from that.
I've got a few pictures from the last time. We met it was in the summer, wasn't it? I'm now trying to remember when it was, but I can recall when the next one is.
July, yeah.
July. Yeah. So these are some pictures from the land there that we gathered down by the River Wye as well, and did a little letting go ritual and walking up through your land. Do you want to say a bit more about your land, Hattie?
Yeah, so the woodland is called Nematona, and she is the Celtic goddess of sacred havens. So we're trying to create there we are creating a sacred haven for those who feel drawn to it, for small groups, for individuals. I do some ecotherapy work there, and I'm co-guardian with a woman called Bridget Rowan, who does sound healing and yoga. And yeah, it came to us in rather a special way. Came to me through some money that I got from an accident I had, in which I nearly lost my life. So it's a real reminder for me of just the sacredness of life. And yeah, it's on the banks of the River Wye. There's two kind of separate small woodlands, and we're really enjoying welcoming more folk along to share with us there. Yeah, thank you, Emma.
Yeah, we took these at the last time we gathered. Charlie, sorry, I have to leave it early. That's fine. Thank you for holding space. And yeah, I will be sharing the recording. And thank you for joining, and hope you've joined the course. Thank you, Hattie. It's really lovely to have you sign. And if you're interested in joining us on the 8th of November, there'll be links coming, and do get in touch. And yeah, great. Thank you, Hattie.
See you then. Great. Thanks, Emma. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to hop off now. Lovely to see you all. Bye-bye.
Bye, Hattie. Thanks for coming.
Bye. Thanks.
I love when you can have those moments of just going, come on, jump in, come and share. So I would love to hear your voices about your experiences and your thoughts about leading circles, and any questions you might have. So if anybody, thank you for sharing that popping your reflections in the chat. So if anyone would like to unmute and share, that would be lovely. Or to share about their experiences already of being at Circle. I know Kathleen and Priscilla have been part of it. Would anyone like to share something?
Hi. So
Hi,
I feel like the word focus is what I want to put into the circle. It helps me focus, and the richness that comes from the circles is so nourishing. And I found that I offered circles at camps during the summer rather than organizing it and taking bookings. It's a lot easier when there's already people in a group who can come. But yeah, so it's great for focusing. It's wonderful.
Thank you, Kathleen. I think it's one of the amazing things about the cards is circles are so portable. You know, you literally can carry the cards in your pocket, stop, or sit down, or even stand together in a park while the children are on a play park, and have those moments of connection using the cards. And Elisa Marie joined me at the Green Gathering this summer for one of our circles in my tent, and we've done that. And it's lovely to bring it into those other spaces as well. Thank you, Kathleen, for sharing. Would anyone else like to unmute and share some reflections from being in there, or what's drawn you here today?
As you've mentioned that I was in your circle,
I
will say that I love that the cards just themselves give guidance, you know. Yesterday I picked up, I do it with my children now, and my son has been quite stubborn and really kind of, you know, challenging for himself, for myself, for everybody, just for himself mainly. So I use these cards for each of us to pick one up, and one of the ones what he picked up said on the back, I can't remember which one it was now. oh, make peace with your mother, right? So when he read that out, when he read the whole thing out, because I said to him, read it out to me, you know? So he read it out and he got to make peace with your mother. His face just went, and I said, you see, the universe is watching. And he just went, I don't know, it just landed for him. You know what I mean? It just suddenly landed for him. And this morning, you know, you could tell it landed, you know? So, and of course, Kiara being her own new teenager as well, it really does help with, you know, stopping me explaining everything or trying to sort of manage their own new people who they're growing into, but for them to learn to manage themselves and integrate for a better future in a community kind of way, which is what we are holding for ourselves as mothers, to just untangle our own selves as well, you know, because that's, you know, mothers get tangled up. And you know, so it's the beauty of that, mothers coming together for that reason, for the bigger, the best future, or the, you know, the highest good. Well, you know, you don't need a license or a sort of certification to understand. You know, although it's nice, if you need it, you need it, but you know, it's so accessible if we can just really show up to it, you know, for the reasons that we all want for our children and the future. So that's me.
Thank you, Lisa. And I think it's so important. The work that we do in Circle in supporting mothers is supporting the next generation and the generation after and the generation after, as we're able to connect more deeply with ourselves as mothers and as human beings. We can then mother with more compassion and more connection, that they will then have that example and doing that. And it's always a work in progress, but like you're saying, as they can then draw it and reflect, and yeah, what a brilliant card, make peace with your mother, instead of like argue with your mother and not do anything you've been asked to do. I think, yeah, that should just be handed over to children on a regular basis. Lovely. Would anyone else like to share their reflections or thoughts? Priscilla, maybe you would like to share some how it has been being in the course and how you use the cards in Kenya, because it's different for everyone.
Yes. Thank you, Emma, for this opportunity to share. I thank the members of my breakout group, because we shared much about leadership and parenthood, and it's been fun and good working and sharing in circles with different groups of women and people interested in motherhood. So I said, like, I hold mothers leadership circles twice a month for a small group of widows, and I also lead different groups of women in large numbers together with others twice a year, and also in different setups. And it is fun to listen to mothers speak the issues of their lives spontaneously and with confidence that they have confidence in us as mothers, as leaders and facilitators of Mother Nature Circles. So it's been fun, and it's helping very many women get empowered to also lead and take charge of their responsibilities in homes, at their places of work, and in community groups, because these women are also participating in very many different community groups. So it helps them build confidence. It helps them be able to learn to multitask. It also helps them to learn that they are not the only ones going through maybe sometimes tough times, but there are others who can share their tough times with them. So it's been good, and it's empowering. It's good for everyone to take up this motherhood leadership and hold space for mothers and people interested in motherhood. Thank you, Emma, and the team.
Thank you, Priscilla. You always talk so beautifully about it and really capture the essence of why Mother Nature Circles are important. And the work that you do in Kenya supporting mothers and supporting widows is so important. And bringing just from a different culture and a different language and bringing that together is just fantastic to hear your story. Thank you for sharing. Would anyone else like to share their reflections? You can unmute or put your hand up and share what you would like to.
I can share.
Yeah, thank you, Eleonora.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a little intimidated by the recording, but sorry. First, I'm not a mother, and I most probably will not be. And I also, I'm most of my friends are not mothers. I have just few friends who are, and I just turned 40, and I started to, trying to understand what is gonna be, what is my who I am into, if I'm not like a mother, what is gonna be, my next what are gonna be my next years, and I'm going through this phase now. And I had moments recently, or in the last couple of years, where I started to connect with other women, some mothers and some not. And I really, when talking to each other, I really understood how each of them had, or me as well, was nurtured by sharing the mutual challenges in life, either them being the mother or with their current partners or whatever was the moment. And then recently I also had I organized a little weaving circle at my home, and basket weaving, and was a moment when I really felt this. We were all women, but was just a coincidence. And but that's somehow where I saw how each of them was a special person and had something to share and needed a moment for themselves, to feel safe. And so then I started putting all the dots together, and I was like, wait, but that could be something, I would be interested to learn how to bring women together, but to offer also a way of leading this, because just going all together like to a bar, it's not the same, And then I found you by coincidence, but that's how things come together,
Oh, thank you, Eleonora. It's wonderful to hear that that you've already begun holding space for women, and I think there's something really special as well about crafts and circles. Kind of if you go back into ancient history and tribal times, women would have sat together, maybe round a fire, and they would always have been making something and building something. And I think that really speaks to something deep within our DNA and our lived journeys of our mothers and our grandmothers and our great grandmothers. And now in some places people still do that, to meet in circles. So having something with being able to use your hands and to speak your truth is amazing. And the methodology we teach within the course that we're doing is very transferable to any sharing space. We use the Mother Nature cards that we have here as talking pieces, but there are so many other card decks in the world that if you had people who some of this might not be easy for them to use, you can either take out some of the cards that are not appropriate or use them as just a life journey. There's one in here, I'm nearly 50, so I'm going through the perimenopause, and one is embrace your new body. I'm like, okay, it's not my new body from having a baby, it's my new body from having a hormone change. So there's all these different patterns and layers that are reflected in all of the cards. So I think it will really help you to create that space and feel confident to do more of it. I think it will be great. And I'm so happy that you found through the threads of connection and finding, and it's like when you're on the life journey, these things just drop into place to take you to the right place. And we have women who lead circles who aren't mothers. And when we were creating the project, one of the people, Laura, she hadn't become a mother, although she wanted, she hadn't, and was still able to bring so much to the table, because mothering and being a woman and being in regenerative feminine leadership is all bound up. It doesn't have to be attached specifically to having a child, because there's so much mothering we do as human beings, so much care. So you could replace mothering with caring. So thank you. It's really good to hear. Would anybody else like to share something? It's great to hear your voices and to hear less of me for a bit. So if there's anyone else would like to unmute and share about your reflections of being in Circle, or why you're here, or any questions you might have about joining the course or what it involves.
Hello. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, it's carry on. I just heard you and I was like, who is it? 'Cause I'm flicking to see who's there.
Yeah, there was somebody else, wasn't there, talking? Was there? Was it just me?
No, it's
It
you.
was me, but I let you first.
Okay, so if we go Angelina and then Karina.
Sorry. So I hold mother and baby yoga groups. And one of the reasons that I came to that was, well, wanting to hold space for mothers, and sort of a feeling of connection and empowerment. And I think I've seen the odd things, like I know Luby, and every now and again, and sort of, and Hattie, and when things pop up, it's always just sort of been on the horizon. What you're doing with the Mother Nature. Yeah, so and also personally, I felt that sort of that isolation of that you can have in the society, where everybody's just expected to be doing things themselves in their own households, and really felt through school and other things that there is real community and holding, whether it's making a meal for somebody who's had a bereavement or had a baby, or just sort of that community holding. And currently one of my groups in Hay, when things just pull together, and that community just really, it's felt really strongly. And it just so happened that Hattie suggested, because she's going to start working in the same studio, should I come and speak about the Mother Nature? And then and I saw this as well, that you were doing the webinar, so that's all come together really. Just yeah, so thank you for holding this, and it's really lovely to hear everybody's stories. And for me, it's that community and supporting each other that feels so important and special. Thanks.
Thank you, Angela. It is so, like, with your reflections, you're saying it is so potent being able to share with others and connect. And it's almost like somebody who's not had a glass of water. When you sit down and you hand them a glass of water and they're thirsty, our kind of energy from being in circle and sharing and connecting on a more meaningful level, and having that, even if it's just for half an hour, it makes such a difference and really lifts us for the rest of the day and helps create those connections. And it's great to hear that you're leading the circles and with the baby yoga, and people have been using the cards with what they do as well. So not just doing it to lead a Mother Nature circle, but I know there's doulas who use them, and there's other people doing baby massage, and they bring the cards in to add an extra element to their work that we're doing. And one of the things we do with the Mother Nature Circle course is we have an accreditation process. So you come to the calls and you do the lessons, and then you lead your own circles out in the world. And at the end of it, you get some branding information and a listing on our website and other access, and we can share about those through our own social media networks, and you get a lovely certificate as well. If you like certificates, it's good to be able to say I'm doing that. And the more we have that, and the more we share that, we have like a map, an international map where people can pin where their countries are. So we have people in Bolivia as well, and in Kenya, India, Hong Kong, and across Europe and the UK with their pins on the map, so sharing there. So there's hundreds of people who've trained to be Mother Nature Circle facilitators, either on its own or to be part of it. So hope you use the cards. So Krina, I'd love to hear your reflections or questions or comments. Rena, are you still here? Maybe while you log in, I'll just read out Selena's reflections. It's great to know similar aspiration and challenges faced by other mothers. I'm here out of curiosity, but it's really spot on, as I was struggling to find a solution for mothers who homeschool their children. Mother Nature Circle is a great way to connect them, and I'm planning to help create this circle for mothers with homeschooling children. I think it's wonderful, and I think to be able to offer that space for people who don't, for the homeschool community, you are creating a community all of the time, and it's not on tap like when you go to a school gate and you just meet other mums. You're having to work that, so having a way to bring more support in, I think, is wonderful. Krina, are you still here, or have you been drawn away by a small human or an animal? While you're waiting, to share for the online course, which begins in October, we'll be hosting. There are 4 live calls that go with the course, along with the pre-recorded materials that we have. And I'm just going to put the information in there. So the first 2 calls, you either come on the 7th of October or the 9th. So there's an opportunity to come in the morning or the evening, depending on when people are working and children and childcare and life, to do that. And to become an accredited facilitator, you need to attend 3 out of the 4 live calls, and in them you get an opportunity to lead circles between each other. So everyone in the call will experience at least 2 or 3 different circles, and you'll lead your own ones as well to really learn how to fit into that holding space and your leadership, and to experience what it's like. And we found it's so important that crossing the threshold of becoming I have led is so empowering, and bringing that together. We also have, alongside the being part of the course, obviously I run these courses as part of my living, but also we offer bursary places. So we want a passionate, and I want, and everyone else in Mother Nature wants people to be able to lead circles regardless of their financial circumstances. So we also have some bursary places available for every course. So depending on where you are, we're also aware that here in the UK, we have one financial way of being. In other countries, it doesn't translate to that. So making sure that people across the world can be part of it, and it's not an exclusive rich thing to be able to do. Everyone should be able to lead circles and be part of that. So Karina, or anyone else, we've still got a few moments to share any other reflections or questions you might have about the course.
Oh, hello. I will take the word. Nice to meet you all. And I'm the first time here. I don't know what it's about. I just see the name and the title and I resonate. And I see many friends of mine holding circles, women circles mainly, not motherhood. And I'm very interested on changing that, having a motherhood circle, mother circle. So I'm interested to know more about the program. Is there are some courses or how you shape this experience?
Great, thank you, Karina. And where are you calling in from today?
I'm from Bucharest, Romania, and I'm very happy you are from all the world.
Lovely to have you here. So the course is set up. There's a pre-recorded part of it. There is which is in English, which has just over 2 hours of pre-recorded videos explaining how to lead a circle, about preparing yourself to be leading a circle, how to deal with the different logistics or people there, what to do if there's a problem. So you can work through those lessons, and there's activities in a PDF booklet which takes you through some self-study reflective exercises. So that's one part of it. And then the other part of it is we have 4 live calls which are for 2 hours, and you can come to a morning one or an evening one, where we get to connect with other people on the course, a little bit like we're here today, sharing our reflections and questions. People get to have a go at leading their own circle online, so to experience introducing the intentions about how we speak and confidentiality, how to use the cards and hold that space, so to have a practice. And then everyone has a go, and everyone in the course is also doing it. So we're not trying to lead out into the world in that first go. We're leading with everyone's having a go. Everyone will have their own questions. Oh, can I do this? And empowering each other. And we do extra exercises around deep listening, ways of bringing in additional work like artwork or journaling into our circles, and also helping you to work through the course and ask any questions. So making sure that you're understanding the methodology and how to use it. So that one is the paid one with the bursary versions. There is a version that's available free online from the link I shared in the chat as well. When Erasmus Plus gave us the money, they paid for the video creation of the videos and the PDF. So there's an online one. You can go just do that, but you can't become an accredited facilitator, but you can learn more about the methodology and see Lara and Sarah sharing about how to do it. So you can do that part. But to become an accredited facilitator and really feel into it, the paid version, which also has the bursary version. So yeah, and we have one accredited, Raluca, from Romania, who is already a facilitator from Romania. So there are others in your country.
Raluca from my country, Maria
Yeah.
Zamfirescu, or who?
She's
She?
called I can't remember her surname, sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But on our Mother Nature Circle, I'll pop the link in the chat now. We have what you also get when you go through the accreditation process and do the course. We have a place where we can promote you. So we have in fact, what I'll do is I'll share my screen to show it and pop it in the chat. Let me do it. Yes. So on our website, when you go through the accreditation process, we have past all my things, we have our map of people sharing circles around the world. We've also got Australia on there now as well. We had a lovely lady. So gradually we're hoping that across the world, all of these different ones share about the different circles that are there, so people can find them. And on the English one, and the same on the Italian, Slovenian and Hungarian one, we have a list of all the people who've been through and done the course and have completed the accreditation, so know how to hold the space. And then we have all of our ones across Europe and the wider world. So yeah, Raluca Dumitrescu in Bucharest. So near you might be able to connect with her as well, because it's great to be able to learn to hold, like being able to offer it in English because it's around the world, but also being able to offer it in your own language and finding ways to use that is good. And so yeah, Switzerland and Finland. So yeah, we've got people from all over the place being part of this. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
That's okay.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Okay. Lovely, thank you. Does anyone else have, and a great question because I've forgotten to share that bit, so perfect. Does anyone else have any questions or reflections about the course or being in the circles or why you're here? We've got time for a couple more. Well, there'll be an opportunity when I've finished the recording for this call. If you didn't want to speak in the call, that's totally fine, and you can ask me any of the questions you have. So it's been wonderful to have you here to explore with the cards today about whether you could step up and hold space, and hearing your stories of holding space already and what's brought you here and what you want to bring. And lovely to hear all of your voices and your sharing. I think, again, it really shows how we come to being in circle, and we come to the Mother Nature Project, and we come to that connection from so many different routes and reasons. But when we get there, there is a real connection and community that we're creating together. I'll be doing some more promotion about the course. I'll be sharing the recording. So if there's anything here you wanted to know, and I'll also make sure you all get the links to all the various parts and things I've shared with you. I do encourage you to sign up to our newsletter and get our free online book, Mothers as Natural Leaders, which will really empower you in your own leadership journey, whether you choose to become a Mother Nature Circle Facilitator or whether you want to explore that. And there's a lovely design in here. I mentioned earlier, Lubin McNamara is one of the co-authors. I am Aggie Barris, who created the Mother Nature Project, and Jana Lemke, who's from Germany and who is a psychologist and also shared during our course. And there's some real juicy stories about women in their leadership, about bringing nature connection and other things in here. So I really encourage you to read this as well. And do check out our website, where there is links to the free versions of the cards, where you can also buy the Mother Nature cards if you're interested, and also the books you can find out more about there. So thank you all for coming today. I've really enjoyed meeting you all. I hope you've had a wonderful time as well. And yeah, if you want to stay on the line and say hi and share anything else, and yeah, it's been great to see you. And also, if you're interested in coming on the retreat in person, especially if you're in Herefordshire, do share. So thank you very much, everyone, and I'll stop the recording now.